Okay, let's start again. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming. Take them off so I can see it. Most of you know me. You've seen me around a few times. My name's Chris, G1VDP. Reason I'm down here is I work at ICOM. I'm a radio club man, so I came and joined the best. Now that we've got more than Hildeston. Anyway, no, the beauty of what I found down here is all the clubs are friendly. Yeah. In the Midlands, you've got Nuneaton and Hinckley. I'm going to name them. Nuneaton and Hinckley, and they never spoke to each other, and they're less than 5 miles apart. Literally, they never spoke to each other. At Hinckley, we offered to do things with them, and no, we're not interested. So, as I was saying, my passion is HFDX, DX chasing, which led on to doing the DXCC and then on to the IOTA awards and then just basically chasing awards. I've got literally thousands of them. Some of them are not worth the paper they're printed on. Some of them, it's taken a long time to get to them, as in the DXCC. I'll show you my totals in a little while when I go to Logbook of the World. Yeah, that's it. So tonight, what we're going to do, what is the DXCC? I'll introduce that to you. Logbook of the World, what is IOTA? I'll introduce IOTA because I am part of the IOTA team that publicises it. Briefly onto Club Log, bit on QSL cards. I've just heard somebody mention about QSL cards as we were sat chatting. I do collect them. I collect one for every DXCC I've worked. And then once I've got my photo album filled up, that's probably when I'll stop. Then introduce you to other awards, K1BV award directory, and then the last one, the ones that are not worth the paper they're written on, but they're fun to check to get, are the Digimode awards and Ultimate AAC, which is all you do is just upload your log and then that sorts out the awards for you. So that's it. And as you can see up here, does it show? That doesn't show. Oh, it does. Does it? No. All the different awards that are available. Antarctic Award, what else? Virtual Britons, I think, are up there, and things. VUCC, which is the VHF, DXCC, which is for 100 squares. So, what is the DXCC? DXCC stands for DX Century Club, which basic award, you'll see it on QRZ.com, they've got their DXCC, but this is the one what everybody strives for, the one through the ARRL. And it's the DXCC Century Club for 100 countries confirmed before you can get one of these certificates. And it goes up in 50s right until you get to Honor Roll, which is for working 330 currently out of the 341 available. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, it's okay. Sign yourself in. So yeah, so it's Honor Roll is 330 minimum at the minute of the 341. I'm currently sat on, after this week, 318 all time, 315 current, and that's taken 20 years to get to there. So it is, as I say, it's a passion. And when the Bouvet came on this week, I was luckily enough to be able to remote into a friend's station and use that. The American Radio Relay League, or ARRL as we all know it, is who issues this. You can get it for separate bands and modes, so you can get it for your CW, for digital, for phone. All the bands you can get your DXCC for 20, 15, 10, whatever bands you use, top band. But to get it, you've got to have confirmations, either through Logbook of the World or QSL cards. Once you've got the basic certificate, which that one was mine, way back in 2007, so that took 4 years to get, for just 100 countries, probably 4 years before I applied for it. That is just the basic award. I think that was for about 103 countries or something like that when I applied. And you get little stickers which say DXCC and then how many you've worked, which a lot of people stick them onto the certificates. Look lovely in a frame, but I just leave mine like that in a frame, so I know how many I've got, and that just says I'm member of the DXCC. Then as you get to the further on, you get a plaque when you reach honour roll. As I say, I'm not quite there. There is a new award that's come out, but when I wrote this, it wasn't available, which is the DXCC Trident Award. And that's for 100 DXCCs confirmed on CW, phone and digital. And when you get that, you actually get one of these lovely little plaques.
Wow.
So that's for, I applied for this a couple of months, well, just before Christmas, and that's got 200. But that is a Trident, the Trident Award. And for some reason, I've got 2 of these. The ARRL have kindly sent me 2. One's currently at home on the wall, and this one's here in the box. So, yes, so that's my pride and joy at the moment. But yeah, it's a good award scheme and something good to chase. So, I've mentioned the log of the Book of the World. I'm hoping and praying this is going to work. So, let's go out of that and go into this. Yes, it's worked. So, this is the logbook of the world. And what you do is you upload your QSOs through something called TQSL, which is a little app that you download from your electronic logbook and then upload it through this app. It all comes up to here. And if you look up in this top right hand corner under LOTW, it says 52,903 QSOs. That's how many I've got uploaded onto there. And there's 18,000 of them, 18,157 QSL records. So that gives a full record of my DXCC totals. Now then, I click on that, and then click on that. There we go, it's working. So that is my DXCC totals. Started with my mixed mode, which is the basic one. As you can see, 317 all time, 314, 350 with, you know, from this angle I thought I got another one in there then. But it's a 0. Just from this angle it looks like a 1. I thought, hey, where's he come from? So that's 314 basic, 233 CW, 262 phone, 253 is that? On Digi.
292.
Come to that side so I can see better.
Get better scores on this side.
Yeah, 290. Yeah, better scores on this. I didn't realise that. 292 on Digi, on phone, sorry. 253 on Digi. Then the bands, 160, 80, 40, 30, go, so forth, going down. And they're all confirmed. They're all confirmed and all on here. So if you get a QSL card, you send that to a checkpoint. They have them at the convention doing the DXCC checkpoints. Put them into sort them into a sort of an order of countries and prefixes, and then they will quite kindly check them off, send it to ARRL and upload it to you. But log of the world, absolutely brilliant, because you don't need to send out postage. Even though I'll get 1 for every DXCC. For all the others, the band slots, I'll just leave them on there. Then you have various other bits and pieces on here that you can go for. The Worked All States Award. I'm bringing it up while I'm on here because it's on. So again, your basic award is to work 50 states using any mode, and that's your basic award. So it brings it all, again, it sorts it all for you, what bands and modes. And that's one other. And I'll go on to the VUCC, because I know there's some VHF guys in here. And that's the VHF one. So you've got 50, 2 and 70 on there. They're the only band I've got. So 50, I'm on 197 squares.
Great Fish Memorial Award.
Yeah. That's some, I think it's if you get 500 or something like that. I've never looked into it because I know I'm never going to get it. But the basic award on that is 100 squares. So you may have, if you've got your logs, upload them onto here, you may already have these awards. So, and the hardest one to get is the top band one. Don't know why. So, that is basically Logbook of the World. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to... Something else. I'll be on that next. Let's go to where we were. Well, that's where we were. So now the island's on the air. Again, the passion of this. With the islands on the air, I've got some history up there actually. It was created by a guy, Jeff Watts, a British shortwave listener back in 1964. The DXCC was running and he thought about something else to chase as a listener. Started in the UK, still UK based. And he then went on to produce the DX News Sheet, I think it was called, which was a weekly news sheet, but it was just about DX. And nowadays you get it all online. But you used to subscribe to that, and it used to come every Thursday through the post. So I used to subscribe when I first got licensed, and it gave you all the information on what was happening in the DX world, what islands was being activated. It was today's equivalent of the internet. It was through the post. Excuse me. So to get these awards, similar sort of thing to the DXCC, to get the basic award, which I don't think I've got here, you need to get 100 islands minimum. Now all these, when I say islands, they are literally island groups. And there's 1,500, I think there is currently available. So that you'd get British Isles. Mainland Great Britain is Echo Uniform 005. You go to Welsh Coastal Island, that's Echo Uniform 120. Australia's Oceania, OC 001, I think, or is Antarctica 001? Can't remember. Canary Islands, AF 008. Literally into the regions, so you can also go for the regional awards. Which, like that one, that's my North American award. But you don't have to get 100, there might be 35 island groups for that one. But the basic award is 100 islands. It used to be where you had to get QSL cards for them. But now, they've linked Logbook of the World and Club Log, which is what I'm going to be going on to, well, after this one. They've linked that, and all you need to get is a QSOs matched on them. You can put it through for your award.
Was it an island group, say Canary Islands?
Yes.
Does it mean each of them islands was worth?
It's just the group that you're going for.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Canaries rather than
A lot of people do chase the different islands,
yeah.
But just for the AF004, AF004, it's the whole, any of the islands. So you can work Tenerife, Gran Canaria, La Gomera, any of them. They all count. Save for Scottish Islands, they all count for the ones around. You've got, just off the Welsh coast, St Tud Walls, which is EU 106. It doesn't conform to the usual Welsh islands, and it's one of the rarest in the world. After Rockall. Rockall is the rarest one, which is just a lump of rock. I don't know if you've probably all heard about it. A lump of rock out in the Atlantic. And I've got it. Thanks to my mate Nobby. Well, no, thanks to my mate Emil. I did it on CW. Thank goodness. So yeah, so you've got all these islands. As you can see, I'm up to 200 on there. I'm now up to 504 with Bouvet. So I'm still chasing it, and again, it's going to take me a long time before I get anywhere near some of the guys. The top chasers are all up at in the thousands. But again, the awards, get them sent out to you printed like these, what are on here. And when you get to 750, you get a nice plaque. There's another one where you can get a nice plaque for it. Then get 1,000, there's some kind of a trophy what you get. 1,500, some kind of a trophy what you can get. So again, they're all on there. A lot of the DXCCs, I've said Australia, the UK. The Isle of Man's a different number to the UK. Mainland Great Britain, if you imagine, is Wales, England and Scotland. That's Echo Uniform 005. The Isle of Man has got its own number. The Channel Islands have got their own number, like we've just been on about with the Canary Islands. But the Isle of Wight, the Isle of Sheppey doesn't count. You've not got enough water between it. Anglesey doesn't count, but they all form English coastal islands. And then you've got Welsh coastal islands, Scottish coastal islands. Then if you look at the Orkney, Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland are all one. And they're a 108, Echo Uniform 108, I think it is. So those two countries count as one. But then again, you get the Irish coastal islands. And they could get all the awards for them. As I say, it's just good fun when you see an IOTA being activated.
Was there, look, bit of a curveball here.
Yep.
Is there anything like lighthouses? They're on a rock.
Yes.
Was there a lighthouse version of this?
There's the Lighthouses Awards,
Which are now
which is
automated.
Amateur Radio Lighthouse Society Awards.
That's all gone now because they're all automated, aren't
Oh, they still count.
they? Really?
If you see, you're obviously not on my you're not a friend on my Facebook. Today, Icon posted a picture of a lighthouse, some photo competition that I come a part of. And the first thing I thought was, I'd love to go and activate that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to go and activate. I don't know what lighthouse it was. I've got to do a lot of research to find out. But there is Lighthouse Awards. The British Amateur Radio Lighthouse Society, BALS, as it's called, is still going, and they did give awards out as well for lighthouses. Works All Britain, they give awards out for lighthouses. So it doesn't have to be on an island, it could be any lighthouse, as long as you're within 1,000 metres of it.
Does it include light ships?
Yes. But with light ships, they like people to try and get onto them and operate from them, rather than the one being right out in the 4 miles off coast, and you're saying that you're operating from that.
Wait till next year.
Yeah.
He's good to be activated.
Yeah. The British Amateur Radio Lighthouse Society, you will get a pilot from it. And, well, the International Lighthouse Society as well. Americans and everybody, they'll chase them. As we're doing the Mills on the Air weekend, in July, I think it is, there's a Lighthouses on the Air weekend. Yeah. Yeah. So that's, if you're interested in lighthouses, if you look for that. Humber Fortress are a perfect group for it. They have got a lot of information. But BALS, they're still going. ARLHS, they're still going. Yeah, I've been a lighthouse chaser and activator. So, in fact, I'll go to the opening of an envelope if I can get a special call sign. So, the islands on the air. If I can get onto this website. Oh, we go straight away. Oh, really? Nope. Coming out. Put your glasses on, Chris, so you can see what you're doing.
I wonder if I just go and find someone who's wandering around now.
No, please do. No, where is it? Just trying to activate the mill. There we go. So this is the IOTA website. I'll wait until the new chap comes back.
The classification of DX on this isn't distance.
No. DX is relative. Because if you're on 70 SEMS, DX, probably just the other side of the channel into France. I know it's close for here, but when I was up in the Midlands, France was a good DX distance. Whereas on HF, DX is more the rarity of the country. Best thing you can do after that is the Peter 1 Bouvet, North Korea.
You got that, haven't
No, I haven't got P5.
It was one politician went on there about 15 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
Polish guy.
I can't remember. My memory's gone now.
There was a Polish guy. Was out there about 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Classed as a legal activation?
Yes. Yeah.
Was?
Yeah. One of the very few that has been allowed. But it's like Iran.
Oh,
Iran's, up till last week, there was a station from Iran on the air every other day. Now it's Rare DX. Yeah, there's a few of them. But there's one that was very active. They were very, very active. We went away on holiday, went back, and somebody dropped a bomb. So, well, no, on the country, basically. But I think Kazakhstan, is it? Is it Kazakhstan? Uzbekistan?
Yeah.
It's one of the stands. They've banned amateur radio.
Really?
It used to be every other contact you'd get when you were like a Russian. Every other contact. Now they're rare, and the government are arresting anybody who's got a radio amateur license over there, even if they've had it 40, 50, 60 years. I don't know. I can't remember if it's Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan, but it's one of the stan countries, and they're arresting them for spying.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah. So there's a lot of as DX. It's relative as to what band you're on and how you look at it. As you say, Australia. You work Australia. You think you've done it, but then you think, hang on, New Zealand's a bit further on than that.
Friend here is British subject. Raining. Can't get all the
No. Yeah. So yeah. So it's all relative when you say about DX. Right. So IOTA, because we just said about all the different islands. If we go onto the IOTA website, actually, let's log in. It'll be easier. I know where everything is on mine. There we go, the IOTA directory. So, this is the directory. Gives you all the stuff about it, but then when you go into here, gives you the rules, group listings. It's not doing it, it's just going to do it that way. I wish they'd done this back in paper. So if you go into Africa, just do the Africans. So when you go to the directory, it gives you all the different islands. So your island groups, come down here, your numbers. Then it gives you the prefix, and then the island groups. So if you go to Angola, AF107, where it's got a P, they've never been activated. They're provisional. So until they're activated, they don't actually get the official number. That's the provisional number. So Diego Garcia, BQ9 is AF006. Cape Verde, AF005. On the leewards, and if you go on the windwards, you're AF086, but you're on the same DXCC.
Diego Garcia, you got two bombs down
No, because they're all in Fairford.
there.
All the B-52s are in Fairford at the minute. Or 4 of them are anyway. Comoros, AF007, and it goes down through all the DXC, all your countries, and gives you all the numbers. As I say, that's all the African ones, all alphabetical for the country. So yeah, that's the directory. That's only online now. It used to be a printed. In fact, I meant to bring one with me. It used to be a printed book, and I'm fighting with Roger and Caesar and the committee to do another printed, because the amount of people that say I've got a printed book. I can find an island group quicker flicking through a book than Caesar, who's supposed to be one of the top men in IOTA, one of the guys who runs it, can online. And he couldn't believe it when I did it. Well, it's easy, they're all in alphabetical order. But you've got to flick through and flick around. You know, if you haven't got internet connection, you can't get it. So getting on to there, let's Where's the mouse thing gone? I'll do pending first. So when you work in Ireland, what to put in? You would put in there in the pending QSOs. Let me. Oh, here we go. Add QSO. So you'd put in the club log, hasn't it? Where's manual? Ah, there we go. Add QSLs. You would put in the details. So you would put in, it's your call, the call sign of the station you work, the date, frequency, what mode it was, the IOTA reference number, and you click on that, it gives you a drop down list. And then it would give you the island name. So let's put in BA8 CFB. 14 CW. I'll put the date. Second 01 2026. I'll activate 12:30. Then, is that the Avon? I've got no internet again. Now this is just to add your, so if you're going to add your QSL, just a QSL card to send off to the checker, this is what you'd fill in to send off. And then it'd give you the island group there. Scan logbook of the world. That's classed as a QSL card. Yeah, EQSL. There's too much fraud on there, and nobody will ever use it as a confirmations until they get that lot cleared. He's working on it. Bless him. There we go. So it's giving us the island name, the island group, EU106 St Tudwall, and then it was giving us the St Tudwalls East or St Tudwalls West, whichever island they were on. That's completely fictional. You do that, and then you press submit, and that will go into your pending QSLs. I'll do that because I can always delete it out. So that's now showing there as pending, ready to upload. You then upload this lot, and it goes to your card checker, because you register with IOTA before you do all this. They give you the password to access into the website. That goes to your card checker, and then when you've got a pile of QSL cards, you send it off. Then just press submit, and away they go. And he will then do everything for you, add them all in. And if you've got your 100, you get a nice certificate through the post. Or one to download, whichever way you want to do it. So that is basically Islands on the Air. A lot more can be done on here, which tells you all the performance and your honour rolls and everything. All about it. Gives you all but everything here is all which is in the directory. As I say, this is why I like it printed, because it gives you a lot more. That's the nice plaque and trophy what you can get. A lot more. It's a lot easier to read something, I find, in a book rather than trying to look for it online. Right, let's come away from that. Let's go on to the next bit. That's IOTA. Club log. Didn't realise it was this bit. I'm going to work from that. I'm not going to go to the website. The club log, it's not just for QSO matching. you can use this. It's a tool where you can go through all your logs and check a heck of a lot of things with it. How many countries you've worked, how many islands you've worked, how many JA stations you've worked. You can literally filter your logbook through it. And all it is just, it's all free, upload it, and away you go. Anybody use it? Yeah, true. So it's a great tool, isn't it? Just if you just want to find out what's in your log, just filtering everything out. And again, it's just a quick upload an ADIF file, and it's free. Just register with them. They'll give you a password. You just upload it. Yeah. Yeah. So very, very good tool. It's been guy who wrote it, Michael. Very helpful. If you have any issues, just drop him an email and he'll come straight back to you. What's wrong way? So QSL cards and why do we collect them? I put that up because that's an old friend of mine, John Plenderleith. Sadly no with us, no longer with us. He's a GM3. He passed away a number of years ago, and I think that's a lovely car when he was out in Swaziland. So collect them just for the confirmation of the contact. I look back at mine, and some of them have some memorable QSOs. I don't just keep QSLs for one DXCC. There's some. I've got one of Sergei Rebrov, footballer. I've got one of his because I made contact with his. I've got one which is just a plain old Russian station, but it's on the old PO Box 88 QSL card, and they're all in me. Just photo albums that I've got. I just put them in there. Keep them one DXCC through, and then at the back I've got all the other bits and pieces. Again, needed for claiming some awards. I've put wallpaper for Shaq because a lot of us just stick them on the walls, cover up bits of blank plaster and things like that. We all do it. Director Bureau. If you're going to use the Bureau, don't send a card. Use an EKRS system if you can, because it saves on paper, especially with the DXpeditions. Just request it via Bureau. No charge. They'll send it to you. Or if you do want to send a card out, send it through the RSGB Bureau, which is all changes at the minute. There's a lot of big changes there. So hopefully you get nice cards like this one back with nice designs. It also become souvenirs. Some, I've had some lovely souvenirs come from people abroad. Some of the DX stations I've worked. I'm going back to when I was on 11 metres with this one. The guy who was on the Cocos-Keeling Islands sent me some beautiful postcards. He sent me a little badge and put a membership card in, member of the Cocos-Keeling Club. And I've still got it somewhere at home. That's from 1981 or something like that. And it's just one of them what sticks out. Others, one of my mates, he gets a lot of things sent because he's an ex-copper, ex-policeman. Works a lot of police stations, and they all send him badges and all sorts. He gets some great stuff comes through. And it can be a start of a friendship. As I say, John used to live out in Malaysia, not Malaysia. Nine Mike 6, oh, okay, where is it? 9 Mike 6. It is Malaysia, isn't it? Yeah, it is Malaysia. Yeah, he's Malaysian, 9 Mike 6. He used to live out there. And I only met him on the radio, worked with him a few times, got talking, QSL cards, and then he just became a good friend. So yeah, so that's a bit of a tribute to him, and that's the only reason that card's up there. But I do like the print as well. So what other awards are there? Well, I've just shown you worked all states. Worked all Japan. That's a good one to chase. Lots of Japanese stations on. Get all the guns and the counties and what have you. The Russian districts, the Oblast, that's probably one of the older ones from us. We all used to chase them back in the day on VHF and HF. The DOC, German districts. Sure you've all heard of them. As you've worked them, they'll give you drop numbers. IRU regions, region 1. That's through the RSGB. You worked all continents. And that's that one. One contact in all the 6 continents. That's all you need on that. So you're Australia, that counts for one. Europe. That's one of the ones from there. It's an IOTA award through the ARRL, but the RSGB will send it to you. Worked all zones, CQ zones and ITU zones. WPX award, work prefixes. How many prefixes do we hear on the air nowadays with the Italians, the Germans, the French? They all seem to have all different prefixes now. US counties. Worked all Britain award. We've all been part. Sure, we're all registered on that.
The original one.
The original one's still going. It's still the Worked All Britain award. Yeah. It's probably one of the first award schemes we all had a go at.
73 counties.
Yeah, back then. So you've got your counties. Yeah, book number awards. I've got 3 book numbers. Again, it all stems back from when I first started. We all used to chase the Worked All Britain. And get on air. You work somebody on, I don't know, somebody in the States, and they ask you, what's your Worked All Britain number? What's your WAB square? Things like that. What are we here? SK39? No, that's SK39. We're up in the Midlands. TR16, that's what we will be around here, the TR16. So the Yanks love them. They chase it. And I've put up here a URL, the awards directory. I will put the links to all these on the next newsletter when I send it out, and I'll send it down to yourself, Trev, as well, so you can distribute it around your club if you want.
Once you get minimum to remember the club names, well,
Yeah, well, you do get it. Yeah, I hope
I
you,
get it twice, I think.
yeah, probably do. And the K9BV award directory. Oh, it's Digimon I'm going on tonight. That's got a list of hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of awards that you can go for. There is one, Worked All Spanish railway stations. Yes. Worked All Spanish railway stations. I've never heard anybody on doing it, but it's in the award book, so at some point that has been on there. What's the others? The real weird ones.
On the air.
Bunkers on the air, yeah. SOTA, POTA, they're all the award schemes. Yeah. Yeah, Worked Spanish railway stations. The honest, God's honest truth, that is in there. I've got an old printed copy at home, but still use this website for them as well. What else?
The RSGB have got a new one.
Yeah.
1,000 prefixes.
Yeah. Seriously, the amount of the Worked All Britain awards, they used to just be the basic numbers, books, your book numbers, your squares. But now they've got all sorts of different awards on the Worked All Britain. You know, everybody likes a nice bit of paper on there. We're on about that sort of stuff. This award, I ain't got a clue what it's for. It was on the German dark website. You upload your ADIF file and it sorts it out. And I got that nice certificate in the email saying that I've done this, and it's like, okay, what's that for? Worked All Europe. That's another one. I think that's a DOC award. I think that's one of the DOC awards. So that's the prefixes or something. Yeah, well, all them, yeah, different awards. And then you go to these. The European awards. Well, that's the European Ross Club. These Digimode awards, as I say, they're on a bit of software. I'm going to try now.
Are they for specific Digimodes, or is there
No.
so
Any Digimode. FT8, FT4, RITI.
Yeah.
Come out of that. The reason I've done that. Yeah. Yeah, as daft as it sounds, there is Echo Link Awards. Yeah. Oh yeah, you'd be surprised. Right. This Ultimate AAC. I'm hoping this is going to work. It updates every time you go into it. Sorry you're having to look at that nice Hercules. It's the Pakistan Air Force. It arrived at Fairford last year. Not going to work, 'cause I've got a good strong internet. No, it's not working because that should be flashing through, downloading stuff. But come on. Right, there we go. Right. These are the sort of awards you can get for on this UAAC Digital Awards.
You should just pay for that.
There's the Bronze Award. Probably worked three different Asian countries or something like that for that one. These are all the awards that are through there. Get some real pretty ones. And you don't even have to get these confirmed. You just upload your log, and then next thing you know, you get a certificate sent. So, just a bit of fun. Probably got another. There's a few thousand in this file. Let's go to one of the silly ones. Oh, here we are. It's decided to play. So let's go into that one. No, not that one.
How many awards have you got, Chris?
Roughly,
Any idea?
through this I've got, well, I'll tell you how many I've got through this, because it actually shows the number. Is there a number down here somewhere? There, somewhere is it?
Oh, this is your QSL card.
No,
It says in there 2,699 items.
Oh,
You're quite new to it then.
yeah.
so you don't need wallpaper.
Have you got all printed on your bedroom?
Oh no. There's some of these I wouldn't even think about printing. I'm hoping this is going to be one of them. Oh no, that's a nice one.
What's your favourite? You know, what's the one which you would work again if you've got an award, you've got it completed? What would you go? I'm going to do it.
Probably a DXCC. Yeah, I would start from scratch with a DXCC, and I'll probably, yeah, DXCC would be the one I'd start from scratch, and then I'd start the IOTA award. As I say, these are honestly, some of these you get them for working one station in that country on 15 metres, and you get an award, and that's how I've got this many. But it's just bits of fun.
Is there a record? Is there a record?
Probably somebody somewhere has done it.
Just giving you an idea, you know.
No, I'm not bothered about that sort of stuff. As I say, all these are just, none of these are printed off. These are all just in there. All these, what you see here, are what you get sent. Not what I printed off myself. These are what, when you apply, these are what they sent to you. So they're the only ones I'll ever print in a frame or anything. But yeah, as I say, 2,699. Some of them. Choose that one. I'm getting all the nice ones. What's that? 700 Russian stations. There was one. Region 4 award. That's it. Does it tell you how many numbers?
JT mode.
Yeah, JT65. Possibly, or one of them. WSJTX or whatever. All in zone 4. So there might be 5 or 6 stations that I've worked on in Zone 4, and I've got that award. That's why I say they're not worth the paper they're printed on, really. That's why I never print them off. They're just, yeah, some of them look really nice, and I may one day, if I've got a nice big shot. But gives you an idea of what's on there. And as I say, that's all through here. A quick refresh. So now I'm waiting for some certificates from these guys. So I've got proper internet. But that's the UAAC award schemes. So again, Ultimate AAC, it's just a free download. You just upload your log and then that does all the work for you. You don't even have to get QSL cards or anything for it. Oh, wrong way. And then that one was 100 years of Radio in Italia that I applied for, worked for in 2024. Just a bit of fun. You've all seen the WWA stations in January. Yeah, that's another award scheme. There's a one coming on at the minute, the YL Award, YL WWA, worked YL stations. It's just a bit of fun. Yeah. 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 Is it only for a week? I thought it was for 2 weeks. I thought it was 2 or 3 weeks, that. That's not even a week, is it? So.
Well, I've just looked up the Guinness Book of Records. It says about the oldest amateur radio person, which was 9. And it says about music station. Most worked radio station. So I reckon you should have a go for it.
I've got no radio. My problem is at the minute I've got no radio gear, otherwise I'd be on the air every night having a bit of fun. Because that's how I
work again.
Bouvet. Yeah, working. I can get any radio I want. I could have a 7760 sat at home tomorrow. But it's no good without an antenna stuck in it, and that's what the problem is.
So you might have actually already got the record.
No, I haven't. No, definitely not. I know people who've got more than me.
Really?
Yeah, because we all do it just for fun. Yeah. Yeah. Shooting fish in a barrel, they are.
What was that one?
J51, Juliet 51 Alpha. There's, yeah, 200,000, just over 200,000 QSLs. Bouvet, currently, as last night, we're on 70,000 since Sunday. Was it Sunday when they started? It was earlier this week when they started. Yeah, it was Sunday. No, it wasn't. It was last week before. They're on 70,000 already from Bouvet.
You're talking of doing DXCC when I licensed that long, it was WPX, CW contest or whatever. And I give myself a challenge. It's a 48-hour contest, but I didn't do 48 hours. Give myself a challenge if I could do work DXCC in that 48 hours, and I got 910 countries. Yeah. I didn't get them all confirmed, but you know,
it can be done.
I wasn't going nowhere in the contest. I was just interested to see if I could do it. So.
That's a regular thing that people will set themselves a target.
Yeah.
You ask what I'll do next. It'd probably be something like that. Over a weekend, see if I can work the XCC. 100 countries, and I'd probably say, right, I'm going to do it on one band. Do 100 countries, whether it's a contest weekend or not. I mean, CQWPX is coming up at the end of the month on SSB. 48-hour contest, Friday midnight to Sunday midnight. How we go?
Well, would you? I mean, if you were say doing, I don't know, 20 metre band or whatever, what sort of antenna would you be using for that?
Piece of wire.
Oh, you wouldn't like have a beam up or anything?
I have it. Yeah, I would personally, if I'd got the room, I'd have an OptiBeam 1611, which is 16 elements. I think covers 40, 30, 20, 17, 15, 12, 10. It's 11 elements. I think it's something like 6 elements on 10 metres. It's a big beam. If I got the room, that's what I would have on a
Sorry,
OptiBeam 11.6. I can't remember. It's 11.16 or 6.16, something like that. But it's OptiBeam.
what one of them sitting back?
1,200–1,300 euro, something like that.
Price of radio.
Yeah, but if you're having something like that, you're going to have something like a 7760 or a 7800 at the bottom.
That's an end there though, with beams, because it's all the maintenance of the rotator maintenance. I've gone completely wired now.
Yeah.
Wire antennas.
But again, wire antennas still need maintenance. But again, with beams, you do your maintenance in the summer, make sure they're all okay for the winter DX season.
Oh yeah, that's the ideal.
And then in the following summer, warm weather, you drop the tower down, grease all the rotator, make sure all the connections and everything's right, up it goes again. Like running a car.
Work.
Yeah.
Someone that's working.
Weekends. Radio clubs and weekends.
Anyway,
We have a currency up north. We have a currency called bacon sandwiches.
Yeah, but did you run that brown sauce?
No, you always make sure you've got brown sauce, red sauce, bacon, plenty of bacon. You've got half a pig at least, 16 loaves, 3 or 4 bottles of brown sauce and red sauce, and just keep them going. A big tea urn. Yeah, just get the lads round. And I think that's what should happen within a radio club. That's what's always happened with the previous clubs I've been a member of.
used to happen 20 years ago, or 10 years ago even. More than it does.
I think that's because we're all getting a bit older. It's these youngsters that we need to be bringing in.
Beat my guest here tonight.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, I've got a good mate next to me as well.
Yeah.
The old after 70 anymore.
But yeah, we've got Steve. He's a youngster.
Sorry?
He's a youngster. But yeah, that's all it is. Get the clubs round and drop the tower down.
Yeah.
If you've got the right towers, you can just luff them over nice and easy. It takes nothing, just a couple of hours and have it back up in the air.
Right arm or electric winch. Oh, there's another winch to start.
Just a bit of grease. A bit of grease, just make sure it's working. If it fails, it fails. Kick it or hit it with an hammer. Yeah, but it's, as I say, if I'd got the choice, I would have. Yeah. I would have a P100 with or possibly a Luso tower with a big OptiBeam on it. And then I'd have a 2 element for 40 somewhere else as well. But then again, I'd like to go around to Roos and use LF because they're where I'm losing on. But saying that, probably if I got that much land, I'd have my own LF antennas up anyway. A couple of beverages for receive, an 80 top band. Possibly a rhombic up or something like that. That's an old antenna, what you don't like. Bit of a story for you. Last week I was at Sheffield University. They've just started a radio club. This is all to do with work. We've donated a ICOM 7100 to them. And they've got the club meeting and there's all these young kids coming in, all in this meeting and having a chat about radio and ICOM and all this, that and the other. And their meeting was a challenge to make antennas. But because they're in this class, this lab, they couldn't make big antennas, so they're making antennas for 70 centimetres. Now, the guy who is running the club, he's an M0, he's licensed. Only a young lad, young Leon, he's one of the students, and he's bouncing with enthusiasm. So he's got them building these antennas. He gave them a 5-element Yagi, a 2-element quad, and I said, no, make it a 4-element quad. I can never remember the name of it. It's like 4 diamonds with a parabolic reflector behind it. Make one of them. And then, because they're split into pairs, there were 4 pairs of these young kids. I went, you're going to make me a rhombic. And everyone went, oh, it's one of them. So I got them making a 70 centimetres rhombic using dowels and bits of wood, bits of wire. Whether they've finished it yet or not, I don't know, because that was last Wednesday. So they should be finishing them tonight. So I guess when I get to work tomorrow, I'll have an email with photos and everything. But yeah, that was me last week. All to do with work. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to me waffle on. I hope it's inspired some of you to have a go. I know some of us, we've all been on the air a long time, and it's just, I do it for the fun of it.
Will the links be on the website?
I will be putting the links on the website, or I'll send them to Steve to put on the website, and everything. We'll get them all on there. For Log of the World, Club Log, UAAC. What else is there? The directory. Yeah, have a look in the directory and see what you can. If there's something on there, what sparks that's a spark in your brain. So thank you very much, folks. Thanks for listening. Before we go, any more questions?